This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to break down every single draft pick from round three and on. Also, we got to talk about the Shedeur Sanders madness. And is Dallas Goedert going anywhere? Because we haven't drafted any tight ends. But let's get straight into it. All right, man, before we break down the draft picks, ain't it weird that we haven't drafted anybody? I mean, anybody that came and visit for the top 30 visit. That's on Eagle like. But like Howie Roseman said, this off season will be very, very different. So just wanted to point out that little thing, like it's very weird. Nobody from the top 30 visit, all outsiders. So we'll see how that pan out. But like I said, I'm gonna go over every single draft pick. And the first guy we got to start with is Ty Robinson. Ty Robinson is a guy who was projected to go second, third round, but we end up getting him in the fourth. I mean, what can I say? Ty Robinson is everything you want in a defensive tackle. I mean, 6'5", he's 288, so he's a bit small. I can't front on that, but he's the perfect comp for Milton Williams. Now he is a bit older. I believe he was in college for like 6 years. He even played with Cam Jurgens in Nebraska as well. So him and Cam Jurgens got a really good connection.
Yeah, no, me and Cam was a year older than me when I came in, and so I got to kind of see him grow up and learn the position at center. So we got to battle against each other each and every day. So we were pretty close. And then when he's been back here for a little bit, just doing some workouts, staying doing off season stuff, and I just kept kind of joking with him. I said, make sure you put in a good word for me when you go back, and he's like, oh, trust me, I am. So yeah, no, me and him, I'm super excited to be back and playing with him and going against him every day. He's told me, some stories of what it's like to be at practice with them. Obviously, watching the Super Bowl just to see how dominant they were in the game. I mean, you saw how they just basically took over the game and controlled it. And so I'm excited to get in the room and meet the guys and obviously earn the respect of them and try to see how I fit in with them.
But his RAS score was through the roof. I mean, come on. Ty Robinson, 12 and a half tackles for a loss, 7 sacks, 4 pass deflections, also a forced fumble. I mean, this dude is a wreck. Like I said, this guy is the perfect comp for Milton Williams. And you can also move him around. The key word for these defensive guys, even starting from round one, is versatile. Like you can move from A gap, B gap, over the tackle, over the outside tackle. So look, this guy is an absolute monster. As you see the numbers here. So in the A gap, he played 61 snaps. B gap, he played 303 snaps. Over the tackle, 130 snaps. And outside the tackle, 102 snaps. So again, you can line this dude up anywhere. Anywhere. But he's going to be definitely in this rotation with the Morrow Dramos and Jalen Carter and Thomas Booker. He's going to be in that rotation and he's going to play a pivotal role. Again, while everybody looking at it as a negative, he played so many years in college. I look at it as he got them reps in. He got those reps in, and now he is finally ready. Because the problem is nowadays is that the players want to leave college fast to get in them pros, but sometimes they not ready. But right now, Ty Robinson is NFL ready. He will be 24, I believe, May 3rd or the very beginning of May. So he'll be entering the season as a 24-year-old, which is fine with me. That is perfectly fine. As long as he's ready, I'm cool with that. I'm definitely cool with that. So the next guy we picked up was Mac McWilliams. Mac McWilliams is 5'10", 191 pounds, cornerback, versatile. Again, the key is though he can go to the outside. I mean, he was graded out as the best defender on his team according to PFF at an 81.6 grade. He had 6.5 tackles for a loss, a sack, and ended up for the missing piece in Avante Maddox. Maybe this dude play like 5 snaps a game. maybe no snaps a game, but he could be a special teams ace. Like you got to watch him work. Just watch him work. I seen some really good highlights. I seen some really good tape on him. Again, the most I see is like he is a little bit small, but I think he's like the solid piece for the missing Avonte Maddox. Well, Avonte Maddox going to Detroit, we needed somebody else to fill that piece because you never know what it could come down to. Remember, Avonte Maddox came in the Super Bowl. That one pass deflection on the fourth down meant something when Cooper DeJean had to come out. Now I could see this guy playing that type of role for the foreseeable future, or you never know what could happen, right? RES score, it's mid. I'm not gonna lie, it's like in the 7 range. It's not really high like the Eagles like to do, pitting 8 or above. It's in that 7 range, almost in the 8s, but I'm cool with it. I'm definitely cool with that. So after the cornerback pick, we decided to go get a linebacker. Now you guys can't argue with me and say he's an edge. No, he is a linebacker out of Georgia. Yeah, we gotta get a bulldog. It was bound to happen. Smael Mondon Jr. Look, got some good attributes on him. 6'2", 224, 22 years old. College stats, 57 tackles, 3.5 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks, 3 pass deflections. Extremely athletic. This dude is extremely athletic. To me, he's a bit undersized as a linebacker, but he's extremely athletic to the point he could come off the edge really fast. He could come up the middle really fast as a blitzer. I really like him. Far as my vision of him, his rookie year, special teams ace. He'll be that special teams ace, and he could develop with the skills he have, just the raw skills he's have. He's a raw talent for sure. That's why he's a 5th round pick. But he's a guy that can develop, get the weight up a bit. A lot of the guys we did get are undersized. You got to think even to the Andrew McCuba, to even Ty Robinson. Far as weight, he's a bit undersized, but he could bulk up. Um, McWilliams, bit undersized, and that's the same trend with this pick as well with the linebacker. Just a bit undersized, but you can get their weight up in the NFL level. So he got that explosive, quick step. He did miss like 4 games due to injury. So this feel like a pick, like a project pick. It's the perfect project pick. So I like it. Again, project pick. He's not coming in. He's not starting, not competing for that starting job. He's a guy you have in the background, developing, and you hoping he can become something. That's what you hoping. So, Mondon Jr., best of luck to you. I like you here in Philadelphia. I mean, come on, it was bound to happen, right? We was gonna draft the offensive lineman somewhere, so we finally get one center slash guard. That's how the Eagles announced them. I haven't seen any guard tape on them, only center tape. And that's Drew Kendall. I like how this guy moves sideline to sideline. Another guy, RAS score out of this world. Again, he's Jason Kelsey light to me. Like the way he moved when you watch his tape, how he blocks. I'm like, man, this guy can move. He's like Cam Jurgens with losing. I believe one of our centers got cut last year. I can't remember his name. He got cut. He went to the Rams. So this makes sense again, the backup center, because you've seen what happened with Cam Jurgens, and we had to move Landon Dickerson, put in Tyler Steen, and you don't want that to happen again. So they get the perfect comp guy who I think can make this team. I think he could make this team and really be that true backup to Cam Jurgens. And the Eagles see something versatile in him to label him as a guard as well, because the way he move and his size. So this is some facts on him. He is 6'4", 308 pounds. He was first team All ACC in 2024 and also a team captain. So this is another project guy that Stoutland can, mold and be something in this league, in my personal opinion. Now this next pick was interesting, right? Because there were reports coming out that we wanted Shedeur Sanders, the Shedeur Sanders madness, like the Eagles. They willing to get him, and the Browns traded up in front of us they selected Shedeur Sanders. So it looked like we were going to pick him, but Browns like, nah, we're going to jump in front of the Philadelphia Eagles because we definitely got a quarterback in this draft. But I like this quarterback out of Syracuse. But I think the Shedeur Sanders madness would have been too much. I know Jalen Hurts would have been able to handle it. Imagine if Jalen Hurts just had like a game or two or just a bad streak of games, maybe a game or two or even three. You could hear the fans after he won the Super Bowl bring in Shador. So I'm happy we avoided that madness. But I like this guy out of Syracuse, Cal, McCord. He was a guy, I think he played at Ohio State. He left Ohio State and he gained his confidence. I mean, he was number one in the country with the most passing yards, had about 30 plus touchdowns. Like this, he's good. You know, he's athletic. It looked like he's athletic based on the college film, but a lot of analysts said that speed and stuff that he have is not going to really translate at the NFL level. So we'll see. Now you look at a guy like DTR. Now his spot not guaranteed because you draft a quarterback who can possibly beat out DTR. So the quarterback position, who's going to be quarterback two, quarterback three, who's going to get cut, is going to be really really interesting to watch this season. That backup QB position because we don't have an established, vet. We don't have a Kenny Pickett or anything like that. Now it's Tanner McKee, it's DTR, now it's Kyle McCoy. He got a good arm. He put the ball in the right place. There's a reason why he was, the number one in passing yards. He got a deep ball. So I like this pick. I like this pick for sure. As long as we, avoided Shador. We avoided him. So I'm cool with this pick. So the next pick in the draft, we go get another offensive lineman, mountain of a man. His name is Myles Hinton out of Michigan. This dude is 6'7", 325 pounds. He played both sides of left tackle and right tackle, so he'd definitely be a swing tackle. But man, this guy is huge, humongous, big dude. Because you got to think, I think he's the size of Jordan Mailata. Because I think Jordan Mailata is around 6'7" ish too. So he's a guy Jeff Stoutland want. He's a project guy with that size and that power that he have. You can work with that. You can make something out of that. I don't have really too much information on him. To be honest, I didn't even know we was looking at him. But all I know as of right now, as far as with the tape I seen, he gets people out the way. He get them out the way. So solid pickup. So another guy we decided to get is a Texas right tackle, Cameron Williams. Cameron Williams. According to analysts, they thought he left a little too early. They thought he should have played out his senior year, in which you can see his draft placement. Maybe he should have played out his senior year, but this is a year the Eagles could snag him up because he's in a good situation. Meaning, yeah, he left school probably a tad bit early, maybe overvalued himself, but he gets the goes to the Philadelphia Eagles. He fall in the right situation because if he had to sit, of course he's gonna have to sit a year before he see any action. He get to learn behind Jordan Mailata and Elaine Johnson. But 6'5", 335, his tape is really good. Really, really good actually. But again, a lot of people just thought he left college just a tad bit too early. So he's one of those developmental pieces. Like he is a 6th round pick, let's be honest. We'll see what he pan out to be. So this guy you gotta give time. We'll see how his camp goes and see if he's that second team, third team type guy. We'll see. We'll definitely see. So the last pick of the draft, this is a guy a lot of people can't believe we got, was Antwaun Powell-Ryland. I believe I'm saying this name right. This guy, I believe, had like 16 and a half sacks. If I had to comp him, to be honest, he reminds me of Bryce Huff coming off that edge in New York. I mean, he's really fast. He got a nice spin move. He can be a sneaky good pick. A sneaky good pick. I'm viewing him as I view Moro Jomo coming out of college. Like, yeah, Moro Jomo was what, seventh round pick, but I'm like, Moro Jomo got a really high upside. These are the numbers in 2024. So this dude had 48 pressures, 25 hurries, 9 QB hits, 16 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. And this is our last pick of the draft. Those numbers are insane coming out of Virginia Tech. So I'm gonna eventually learn this name. Y'all know I was calling Quinion Mitchell for the longest, but it's Antwaun Powell Rayland, I think. Antwaun Powell Rayland. Now, that's all the guys. I told y'all we're gonna go over every single draft pick. And you realize I went over every single draft pick. You know what I realized I didn't say? Y'all realized it too? It's a tight end. Did not say a tight end. Eagles did not get a tight end at all. We had opportunities, but we just didn't do it. So what I'm hearing is that the Eagles want to work out a deal with Dallas Goedert. Can it happen? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Because I'm seeing the quotes from Howie Roseman, I'm reading the articles. So Howie Roseman is, throwing out signals like he's still on the market. He's saying, yeah, Dallas Goedert is a part of this team as we speak. I mean, yeah, of course, he's a part of the team as we speak, but like, what are we doing? What is the foreseeable future with Dallas Goedert? And to be honest, we let Dallas Goedert explore the market and do what he wanted to do. And he couldn't find a trade partner. Obviously, the Eagles couldn't find a trade partner. So what do we do from here? Do we take the team friendly deal? Are we rocking with Grant Calcaterra? Because the draft is over. We ain't getting no Harold Fanning Jr. We ain't getting my guy Gunnar Hemp. He ended up going to Tennessee. We ain't get Mason Taylor. We ain't get none of the tight ends. All the good tight ends were gone. They were gone. And again, we had opportunity to snag one, but we're like, nah, we good. So hopefully the Eagles and Dallas Goedert can work something out, because if they don't, you're looking at that tight end room. You have a weakness, and maybe the Eagles changing their philosophy. Like, yeah, we got some good tight ends, but I trust Dotson more. I trust the receivers more. Before, like Devontae Smith and the AJ Browns and stuff like that, we was never really a powerhouse wide receivers. We had good ones. We had a great one in T.O., but if you really look through the history, we never really had a powerhouse. So yeah, we had the Sean Jackson, who was a top tier wide receiver, but he wasn't no AJ Brown or Devontae Smith or even a Jeremy Macklin. They wasn't no AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. Again, we never really had these type of receivers in a very long time. So maybe the Eagles are looking like, look, we got the receivers. We just need a decent tight end, because the tight end's not going to touch the ball as much. But to me, Dallas Goedert is just different. Because you got to think, even with the receivers we have, and even with the injuries Dallas Goedert have, he always find a way to have at least 400 or 500 yards. So that lets you know how important he is. I've seen games where he took over even when AJ Brown and Devontae Smith was playing. So Dallas Goedert is really, really good. I think if he's on any other team, he could get like 900 yards and be considered the best tight end. A lot of other fans of other teams really don't see it, but we do. Like, Dallas Goedert is really one of those ones. He should be mentioned as one of those ones. But the injuries and just, he's in that shuffle with the AJ Browns and Devontae Smith and stuff like that. So we'll see what we do with Dallas Goedert. I really like Dallas Goedert. You just got to stay healthy. Just got to stay healthy, man. And that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel, man? Told you I was going to go over every single draft pick. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I know this one going to be a lot of long. A lot of long. I'm not going to say a little long. A lot of long. Pause. All right, man. This is Eagle Al. I'm out.